Before being a designer, I wanted to be a painter. And my father used to be a contemporary art collector in Spain. So I think that the contemporary art has influenced me a lot. And one day I decided to become a designer. Mm-hmm. And when I began to work in Spain, it was the period of La Movida. Mm-hmm. It was a very, very funny time to work in Madrid. And since that time, when I began doing woman collection, La Movida was a movement in Madrid, which was after the death of General Franco. It was the coming of the democracy and a moment of a lot of freedom. And so there was some people like Almodóvar or other people who there was a movement called La Movida. And La Movida was a very active and very free movement. We had at that time in Madrid a wonderful mayor of the city who used to be a professor. His name, people call him the old professor, and he was a lot. He was for the liberty, and there was a lot of artistic movement. There was a lot of night life, and so it was a very funny period of the Madrid history, no? Mm-hmm. So I decided to become a designer, and I began with the woman collection, and it was I was known from the very beginning of my career. I was known in Spain, but at the beginning, in the 80s, beginning of the 80s. So, but the people thought at that period that I was quite a little bit, a lot crazy. And I was doing the dresses with wheels and with strange forms and with hula hoops. And so everybody know my things, but they thought it was something that was a crazy thing, no? But little by little, they began to be used to recognize my style. At the beginning, I have very little money, but I have to say, I have not need of money because I was living in my family house. Okay. And it was not something, and I could live in my family house as long as I need, no? I think when you began a business, you have to invest for something like more than 10 years without earning a penny. Yes, because I think the first 10 years are always very building, no? And sometimes more time than 10 years. So a lot of people are not so patient, and that's why a lot of people perhaps they abandon when there is 9 years or 8 years, and there are only 2 more years. And I think there is always a lot of low points, but you can't. For me, the most important thing of my job is the job itself. It's not becoming a multimilliardaire. So what I like is everyday work, no? Mm-hmm. So every day you have lots of problems, but I think it's like playing. You have to have some problems, because if you don't have any problem in your life, you get very bored, no?
How will you appreciate it?
So the only thing is you have to realize there are problems. It's not the end of the world, and it's always positive to when you have a problem, but you can overpass or arrange the problem, no? Mm-hmm.